I just came back from the Mortgage Collaborative Conference, and it was so refreshing to sit down to a dinner with somebody, right? And take 2.5 hours or 3 hours, right? It's like, let's just, as long as there's good conversation and we're, having a productive, meal, like, let's just keep hanging out, not worry about jumping to the next Zoom meeting or whatever. And
just get to chill and hang out in person. Now, you mentioned Mortgage Collaborative. I want to kind of build on that. How was that? And now you've gone to a few events. I want to kind of hear your take on a couple of them. Is there one that stands out in particular? Like, hey, that was, and again, it's great to be in person for sure. And I don't want to set aside one event to another, but has there one that really stood out to you, being that you were just at the Mortgage Collaborative? How was that event?
Well, that was the most recent, right? For us, I think it was last week or something. I mean, time's all flying by and kind of connected, but really good event. I mean, they do a really good job. I mean, it's a collaborative of a lot of lenders, right?
Yep.
And sometimes, in the past, those types of things have morphed into, hey, it's just a way to like sell stuff to lenders or whatever. But the TMC is really holding true to their name and saying, like, we're going to have these conferences to be a collaborative opportunity for lenders to get together and have, sessions on, what's working, what's not working, what's industry news, like, and of course, vendors are there to interact with them. But, I enjoy going to the sessions and learning what's going on with people. And like, I don't need to try to sell you anything. I'm just here as a participant in the industry, right? And, if we want to talk about, something I can do for you, from a technology standpoint, that's great. But I think TMC does a really good job of that, of providing opportunities, appropriate opportunities to talk, vendor type relationships, but it's mostly centered around, how can we move the industry forward? How can we collaborate and help each other to move forward and provide better experiences for everyone, lenders, borrowers, our realtor partners, settlement agents, all of that into one. So really good session, really, really good time to get back in person and connect with people. And, we made several deals there also.
Nice. Well, I think that's the new, and huge shout out to the Mortgage Collaborative, Tom Glucci, Jim Park, the entire organization there. They do a phenomenal job. I've heard from multiple people it was a great event. And here's the thing, you mentioned something, Ben, that I kind of want to build on. Is this kind of what the new focus of events are going to be, is more of like gain or adding value, sharing valuable insights and strategy? A lot of conferences, you and I have been to them in the past, where it's almost so salesy. Like, you're just like, oh, it's like a pitch fest almost. And you're like, oh, here, like, I'm going to another session to get pitched on another product. And you're like, oh my gosh. But the last couple I've been to as well have been like, hey, this is valuable. Like, this is a great speaker. This is a great conversation. This is valuable to the whole audience. Is that kind of more of the demo or the shift that we see going forward?
You would hope some are better than others.
Cross our fingers.
So, but I mean, I think we all have a responsibility for that, right? I mean, from a vendor standpoint, if we're called to be on a panel or something, let's make it thought leadership and less of a commercial. But, and then from a lender standpoint, be open to collaboration, right? Go attend something with an open mind, willing to share. If you're looking to get something, be willing to share also and talk about your best practices and what's working well. And just going back to the TMC, I think that's something that people do, really well. And as such, it builds on itself. People feel more willing to engage and participate and to share, right, and to collaborate. So when you have that healthy environment, right? But yeah, I mean, like I said, some are better than others, and but we can all take on the responsibility to try to make it the best experience for the industry.